game, so we expect him to have a good mindset. And although it's not something you take for granted, having a good mindset, but let's see if he really can make it work as we go into game 1 on Yoshi's story.
See here, immediately Prof cornering him. Frenzy trying to battle his way on and get some piece of this stage to claim his own. There we go, big opening here, but a bit hesitant on that tech chase.
And also interesting to note that they would choose to go to Yoshi's story because generally throughout history has been seen as a more Fox favorite stage because Falco gets to laser less, which means there's less movement to be inhibited by Fox, and the uppers are also really strong because ooh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
But the uppers are also really strong because if the Falco elects to DI out, he has to DI out hard in order for Fox to not be able to convert.
True.
But then at the same time, you're off stage. And despite Falco being a bird, he's a flightless one.
Yes, he's an ostrich.
But Frenzy, really making good work right now.
Definitely. And I feel like with this stage in this matchup, it has swung a little back and forth. Like, I think for the majority of the time, it's like you say, like, the Foxes have a bit of an advantage. But I remember, you know, when West Balls was, like, solidly #2 in SoCal, that they were starting to talk about how Yoshi's is one of Falco's better stages, and that, you know, it can swing both ways, and it's not a terrible stage for either of these characters.
Yeah, especially, you know, because... Ooh, very nice shine by Prof. But you know, the Falcos, they've only been getting better and better. Despite not being really major winning character anymore, they're still out there, and they've really optimized the punish game. As you said, West Balls used to lead the charge, and I mean, he still does. But really, the Falcos have been putting in work on this stage, and ooh, and that's very nice. So
Shine Spike.
So Ginger, one of the new Falco optimizers of the metagame, has said that in situations like that, you should always just try to go for the shine backer because it's really hard for Fox to react when Falco elects to use his frame 1 invincible move to combo you into a back air. And, you know, KJH, his buddy, also said that it's KJH, you know, absolute tech skill monster, really also has been having trouble with going escaping from these shine backers. So really good optimization for edge guarding.
Prof, the solid one-stock lead here. See if we can close out the game, or if...
Ooh, but good reaction. Wave dash down, baits a get up from Frenzy, and then just really reacts really fast with Fox's speed.
Frenzy trying to get something going. Ooh, faked him with the laser there. Immediately grabbed.
Ooh, good conversion by Frenzy.
Indeed. Oh.
Ooh, good DI by Prof, though. And solid DI as well.
The down air seemed like a strange option, but it made it work. And there we go, just like you said, Shine Bear from the ledge. And,
such a strong option invincibly.
Yeah. I guess the Fox would have to smash the shine into the wall in order to avoid that. Doesn't sound particularly easy.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Yeah. Oh, it's dipping low.
Oh, very good stuff by
Frenzy's
Frenzy.
a genius.
Oh, but Falco with his little stubby T-Rex arms missed the grab.
Oh.
And Professor Pro.
Yeah.
Looking poised to take game 1, and there it is.
Yeah. Caught him in the end there, but that recovery by Frenzy was really
that was something
tricky.
else.
Yeah. It is really the only kind of counter to that kind of babysitting where the opponent jumps at you and tries to just follow you and wherever you go to just gimp you. But if you dip really low, it's going to take a lot of commitment from the edge guarder to get down there, and sometimes they're not going to make it back, and especially if you're missed, it can be crucial. So
I'm interested. If you're such good friends and you know each other, where do you go? And Battlefield is the answer.
Yes.
So I think in theory has been considered, I would say, the most Falco-esque stage because of the platform arrangement not being too close. Where sometimes, you know, when there's this random, I don't want to call it a bug, but, you know, when you get shined too much as a Fox, you kind of start just flying off and break out of a hit stun.
Yeah.
And the Battlefield platforms help mitigate that because you're just at a good down air height whenever you get a shine.
Oh, nice shine bear from Prof there. And that's going to be Edgehog. And another little thing here about this stage is that Falco can get to the top platform without using a second jump. Prof cannot unless he goes via the side platform first, which obviously a very slow option. So it just, in terms of the dynamic between the platform height and the characters' respective jumps, this speaks to Falco more so than Fox, I would say.
Yeah. You know, also, I would say Fox also gains a bit more of an advantage from riding up the walls, you know, with the Mutaking angles than Falco does. So we also see the the battlefield ledge is really helping out Falco, I'd say, more for edge guarding than it does for Fox.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Falco also being more reliant on lasers to drag the Fox below the ledge.
Yeah.
Really helps out, or makes it easier on battlefield. But Frenzy, good microspacing right now to evade the dash attack. Being able to reset neutral and throwing a plethora of lasers right now.
Yeah.
Gang wars out here.
Another one. Edgehog from Prof. Very good at identifying when Frenzy's too far out. Doesn't even bother hitting it with some
good
more.
PP lasers to catch.
Oh!
And that was PP 101 right there for edge guarding.
That was the textbook.
Run off laser into laser into laser into laser into down air.
Oh, this is a bad situation though.
And Falco, no flames to protect themselves from the Shine Spike.
Yeah, and that's I've noticed Frenzy likes to stay underneath one of the side platforms during neutral, but the problem with that is what you just saw there is that one little hit and you're off stage and you have to use your up B, and that's a terrible situation. Whereas if you were more standing in the middle like he is right now, it's going to take more to push you off to the point where you have to use a recovery move.
Oh, but Frenzy using slide off to right now and able to get an entire stock out of Professor Pro's conversion, which is huge for the momentum of this game. And game 2 is also an important game because you don't want to be down 2 games before the opponent even used his first counter pick.
Exactly. Like beating your opponent on a counter pick once is one thing, but having to do it twice, well, we're going to see it right now.
So
let's see how possible this is for Frenzy. Scratching his head, literally. Trying to figure out what's missing.
And so far we see, you know, Professor Pro, he does not seem too shaken by his loss against Vanity Angel.
No.
So really regained his composure again, you know, looking to make another run for this tournament, because if you're a pro player like that, your goal is not to just like look pretty while you make sets.
Yeah.
Your goal is victory, no matter what.
Yeah. Victory and growth, you know.
Yeah.
So at least when you don't win, at least you know what it takes to win next time.
Losing is also an important part. But we see
loving these turnaround up tilts from Prof here.
And so I actually talked to Frenzy, and he told me that in his set against Ice, he felt like not going to EFD immediately was a big mistake. And I think that's not the case for Prof right now.
Nope. So yes, you know, there are things about this stage that are really good for Falco, including like his combos are really good here. But
Professor
at the same
Pro.
Yeah, like
Professor Pro is also an important factor about FD.
Exactly. And like, who needs combos when you can just chain grab, you know? And Prof is one of the best chain grabbers in the business.
Yeah. And what's so strong about chain grab is also that you only have very limited tools to get out of chain grabs. You know, you can't SDI them.
Nope.
The only thing slightly akin you have to SDI would be slight DI.
Yes.
And even still, that is really easy to cover by a Fox as good as Professor Pro.
Yeah. 100%. And not to mention, you know, the icing out aspect of being chain grabbed, you know?
Especially, yeah. You know, Frenzy also seems to be a momentum and movement-based player. So really having to just sit there and watch his character get thrown around like a ragdoll really isn't that good for his momentum.
Yeah. Like Frenzy, I feel like Frenzy actually matches up better with Ice's playstyle than Prof's playstyle, because Frenzy likes to go in. And what counters people who like to go in? Dash dance heavy players. And who's the best dash dance heavy player at this tournament? I think it's probably Prof.
I'd say so, yeah. Professor Pro really makes great use out of his dash dance.
Yeah, like his whiff punishes are second to none. Yeah.
Especially, you know, growing up in a region where your top players are Peach and Falco, it kind of makes sense that that'd be the kind of game style that you develop.
Yes. Ooh. Big conversion here from Prof. Oh, did not opt for the run-up up smash there. Tried to go above Falco instead. Leads to an opening for Frenzy.
Ooh. But now we see the laser manages to DI the laser onto the ledge and escape, but Frenzy still manages to catch up with him afterwards.
Yeah. Has to make the most of his tournament stock here, Frenzy. Oh, barely gets clipped by that dash attack, but still combo.
Good catch.
Oh, and he
gets stuck in his shine, but no, but too weak hit from the dash attack.
Yeah, that was double unfortunate.
Oh, but Prof going in for a hard read.
Oh,
that should be it.
Yeah. Doesn't even need the shine to hit because he got the back air.
In another matchup, England versus England. Prof is victorious and moves on in the losers bracket. Frenzy got 7th at Awakening, which is pretty respectable. He probably doesn't want to hear it, but give it up for him one last time. You won't see him on stage anymore. The losers' 8th matches are done, and we are moving on with winners' semis. Ooh. In the first match, we will have the last standing German player in the winners' bracket, which is Red Bull Ice. His opponent will be Vanity Angel from England. You heard it from the crowd, we're hyped here. We're trying to get this underway. And with that, the commentary will help you. So back to you guys.
Thank you, Razem.
So I think, you know, Vanity Angel, being here in an upset, I think it really means a lot to him. Being able to prove himself against the #1 seed of the tournament, Red Bull Ice, top 5 in Europe, VA being a top 10